What's up guys, TechTitan here and I am back again with a brand new video. So before I begin this video, I want to thank you all so much for watching my content. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. I really do greatly appreciate my subscribers. With that being said, today we're going to be revisiting the Google Pixel 6a. And the reason I'm doing this, well, one, this is going to be a part of a new series. Two, this phone right now, brand new, is $299.99, which is an incredible value for a phone of this caliber. So let's go ahead and talk about it, and we'll see how this phone stacks up 1 year later in this competition. All right. So basically, first of all, let's talk about the design, which is kind of a subjective topic to begin with. But me personally, I feel like the Google Pixel 6a is a Google Pixel by the design, right? So it's a very familiar design, very similar to the Google Pixel 6, 6 Pro, even the 7a and the 7 Pro. There are minimalistic changes here and there between these designs. But basically, we have a familiar back. So the back is made out of plastic, and it also houses the dual camera sensors, which we will definitely talk about. They're a big highlight of this phone anyway. But basically, you get a main sensor of 12 megapixels and you also get a wide angle lens, but more on the camera later on. So as far as your port selection goes, you do get the USB-C at the bottom, which does support 18-watt fast charging. And we also have the dual speakers at the bottom. So they do have bottom-facing speakers as well as a front-facing speaker. But now the whole phone, the sides especially, are all made out of metal. Very premium material for a phone at this price point. And if you look at the camera cutout, it does protrude quite a bit, but it gives it that unique pixel look. And like I mentioned, the back is made out of plastic, and it's also a very glossy material, so fingerprints are a no-brainer, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are going to have a case on this phone anyway, but just wanted to mention that. Now, there are no wireless charging or anything like crazy like that, but that's just what you get for a phone at this price point in this time, in this day and age. However, I do have to say that if you look at the power button as well as the volume up and down, they're very clicky, very tactile, really nice buttons. Definitely get a thumbs up from me. So let's switch the topic of conversation and talk about this display. So this is a 1080p OLED display, and it is what you would expect from an OLED display at the end of the day. First of all, this is a very good display. So it's built on a 6.1-inch display. Now, it is on the smaller side for a lot of phones that are coming out this year, but that's okay. A lot of people, or some people, may not prefer the larger screen size. So it does have a 429 pixels per inch as far as the density, and it does support always on display. It is OLED, like we said, and it does support HDR content. So overall, as a package, this is a very capable display. Now, my only issue with it is, well, it's not really a big issue, but it doesn't get as bright as I would like it to be in outdoor conditions, and it doesn't have the highest refresh rate of any phone, but that's okay. That's extra to me. And overall, though, as far as a display goes, it does what you would ask for it in a display. Always on supported, HDR content supported, 1080p OLED. It doesn't get any better than that for a phone that is under $300 in this day and age. All right. So as far as the specs go, this time around Google decided to go with their own method and their own processor, which is known as the Google Tensor processor. And if we look at benchmarks, it will give you kind of an idea of where this processor stacks in terms of the competition. So this is Google's flagship processor, and if you look at the benchmarks, the 3D Mark gave me a 6213 as far as score. Geekbench 5 gave me a single core of 1041, a multi-core of 2831, and Tudu was 710,261. Now, these are all numbers, but what does that translate to? Well, this is as close as you can get to a kind of a flagship processor in a sub $300 phone. It is very, very capable, and for this price, it's unbelievably, I don't want to say shockingly fast, but the right word that I think I want to use here is that it is surprisingly good, right? For a $300 phone, usually in these types of ranges, you would see a much more budget-friendly processor, but not here. I think this is one of the top performing phones at this price point in this day and age. Now, everything on it opens really fast, and that's also thanks to Google's integration. You do also get 6 gigabytes of RAM standard, 128 gigabytes of storage, again standard. I want to say this about the battery life though. It is fine. It got me through a whole day, but if you really push the phone, I think you cannot get any more than a full day. So it does have a 4410 milliamp hour battery, and the standard in today's smartphone world is 5000 milliamp hours. Now let's switch the topic of conversation and talk about the camera. Now, as far as the camera goes, I did a full comparison between the Galaxy A54 and the Google Pixel 6a. Link will be in the description. It will show you more of where this camera actually stacks up, but as far as I'm concerned, this is the best camera that you can get on a phone for $299. I don't think any phone can compete with that. They may come close, but they're not going to 100% compete with that. Let's remember that this phone actually competed with the top dogs of the flagship phones. Alright, as far as the picture quality goes, here are a couple of sample pictures. It is very saturated, not saturated, but gives you decent colors and sharp, and the bokeh effect is nice. Indoor photography on it is really good with artificial light, and even dynamic range is okay. Sometimes it was a hit or miss, to be honest, but as far as video, it is also capable. So if you want to use this to shoot YouTube videos, you will not be disappointed for 300 bucks. So you can get 4K content. It does have optical image stabilization. You can get 1080p at 60 frames. You can even get slow motion videos. So as far as the camera package goes, this is definitely a capable phone. And I think if you want to buy this phone, if you're interested in camera quality, then this would be the phone for you. Now, here's how I want to end my conclusion. So this is a revisited series 1 year later, and at this point in time, is this phone worth buying? Hell yeah, it is. So for the price point of $299, where everything right now is going up, you get a lot of phone for that price. A really good camera, a capable processor, a fast phone, a nice display, and basically the whole package. Now, design is a subjective thing. Some people may like it, some people may hate it. However, you will not be disappointed if you get this phone today. So with that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching.